Welcome to the second episode of the True Territory Podcast. I'm your host, True.
I'm Flo.
I'm Ron.
And I'm Oz.
Let's go. So, what we're going to talk about...
Welcome, Oz.
Welcome, Oz.
First
Thank you,
episode on the
guys.
pod.
Appreciate it.
Nice to have you.
What we're going to talk about this episode is the Super Bowl recap, a little Mahomes versus Brady debate, have a little basketball question in there for you guys, and we're going to end it with true and false statements. So, the Super Bowl, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I guess the first thing I'll say is I said that for the 49ers to win, they needed to start off strong, which they did, and that they would need to hold the lead throughout the game, which they didn't, because if you're going back and forth with Mahomes, the exact thing that I said can't happen happened, and Mahomes was the last guy on the field, and he got it done as always.
I think the Niners choked. They had a good game plan in the beginning. They were running the ball with CMC. They shied away from that in the second half, which is a big mistake that they had, and not getting their true dominant players involved, like Kittle, 2 catches for 4 yards. That's ridiculous.
Their whole receiving core also, like Debo, Brandon Ayuk, they weren't targeted. Well, Brandon Ayuk wasn't targeted much, and Debo, he was targeted, but he didn't do much. So that whole receiving core, honestly, was pretty disappointing.
And that defense was bad, bro. The 49ers defense. They were very good in the beginning, but at the
They
end...
held them to field goals at first.
I mean, they were playing with the psychological game too. It's like Drake Greenlaw with him getting injured. That's a big loss.
Mm-hmm.
And just their star player Fred Warner. That's like his partner in crime right there.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah. So when he sees his partner in crime go down, it's like you have that all in your head, and like it's hard to just. We know about that with the whole Rodgers thing happening. 4 plays into the season,
It's
felt
a
like
psychological
every Jets
defeat.
fan's soul left their body, let alone the players. You know what I mean? So
Imagine in the
messes
Super
with
Bowl.
you. Yeah, imagine the Super Bowl, the stage where you try to get your team to. So
I saw a video today on Twitter where there was a clip of Dre Greenlaw, and like he was intense, he was fired up, he was hitting everybody, and then Mahomes went to the sideline, like after like a 3-and-out or something. He went to the sideline, and then he was like, "Oh, their defense is more intense than us. Like we have to match our intensity." And then when Dre Greenlaw went out, feels like everything just kind of collapsed for the 49ers.
And then Mahomes, I think I even saw a clip where Mahomes went to his offensive coordinator and said, they lost Greenlaw, and he was like something happened. I think their guy's hurt, and he basically let them know like, all right, it's kind of like cold blooded, but that's what you got to do. He kind of let him know, attack that weakness now. Whoever's coming into
And they did, like that backup line. I forgot the stats, but I think every target that's thrown at him, somebody called it on him, and that's a big loss, man.
I think players that we should highlight that showed up. Obviously, Mahomes and Kelsey did their thing as always. Purdy held his own. I know Ron thought he would, so that's not really a surprise. And Rashee Rice had a quiet 39 yards, but in my opinion, he moved the ball down the field at important moments in the game. My bad.
The DB, bro, from the Chiefs, Trent McDuffie, he was strapping Ayuk, Debo.
Yeah.
Great
Relax.
I mean, I even heard the commentators say that. But the thing is, he got mossed a couple times too. It's like big plays. It's not like he was complete lockdown. Like he did his thing, but it's like he still got taken advantage of a little bit too. But I do want to give a shout out. Not that the shout out means anything, but I do want to give a shout out to Brock Purdy. What the Chiefs wanted to do is they wanted to. I mean, typically teams in the NFL, when they win the coin toss, they go ahead and defer, and so they could ball in the second half. But it was like a statement because Brock Purdy's still young. He's never been on the stage before, unlike Patrick Mahomes, who's been on the stage. They wanted to make him nervous, and he came out and he showed out for a young kid in his first time in the Super Bowl. He wasn't doing no simple checkdowns. He was threading the needle in between the defense. So he did his thing.
Also, shout out to Christian McCaffrey, 80-plus yards rushing and receiving each. He's a dog, bro. He did his thing, too. Like if anybody on that team deserves a ring, it's that man. So I would have liked to see him win one, but hopefully he gets one.
I truly did not. I was praying with every ounce of my soul that Patrick Mahomes does not win this. I did not want him to win this. He didn't deserve to win this.
I really thought they was going to lose.
You can't say he didn't deserve it, bro. He's like that. He's like that for real, but I don't know, man. Speaking of Mahomes, though, we did all say last episode, we said that if he wins this, he passes Brady as the GOAT. So since Oz wasn't here last episode, we'll get his take on this. And if you want, I could give you a rundown of their stats, Oz. Let me know.
I think Mahomes, young GOAT, coming up, doing it in less years than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he's a GOAT yet, but he might definitely be, like, he's definitely, like we see, he's on his way there
Yeah.
in less years.
Run down his stats.
So Mahomes, 6 years in the league, 6 years starting in the league, six
Yeah.
straight AFC championships. He only lost to Brady and to Mahomes. He went to four
Brady and Burrow.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brady and Burrow. He went to 4 Super Bowls, won 3. The loss was to Brady and the Bucks.
Yeah.
And he beat the 49ers twice and the Eagles once to get his 3 rings.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, only lost to Brady in the Super Bowl, only lost to him and Burrow in the playoffs. And this guy is he's automatic. He's like, it's kind of like, in my opinion, the new Jordan LeBron debate, because you didn't think you would see someone this quick kind of come and enter the conversation, but Mahomes gives us no choice. Brady, he's been to 14 conference championships. He won 10 of them in 23 years. The one thing you could give him or still put him above Mahomes for is that he beat him head to head. But what do you think, Ron?
Like my opinion on this is that Patrick Mahomes is doing it in a shorter time frame, which does put him in that GOAT conversation, heavily in the GOAT conversation. I do want to point out in the last podcast episode, I did say that Patrick Mahomes had 5 Super Bowls. What I meant was, I got the number mixed up. I was talking about appearances, and it's 4 Super Bowl appearances. So I know he didn't have 5 Super Bowls. So anyway, I do think that this does put him somewhat above Brady, but a small part of me does think that this might have to do with Andy Reid. A lot of people said the same thing about Brady, saying that it was Bill Belichick until he bounced and he went to Tampa, and he did it on his own, and Bill Belichick kind of like declined.
Yeah.
So everyone now put it into question: was it Bill Belichick or was it Tom Brady?
I think
I'm not
Brady
saying-
answered
I'm
that.
not-
I would
yeah,
agree. Brady
exactly. He
answered that.
answered
Yeah.
I'm not saying Patrick Mahomes doesn't have skill. He's very talented. He's top tier. He's he is the best quarterback in the league right now.
So
With or without the Super Bowl win, I think he is the best quarterback in the league, even if he lost the Super Bowl. But a small part of me does think that it might be Andy Reid too. But that's a question that is yet to be answered unless Andy Reid retires and we see what happened, or Patrick Mahomes goes to play for a different team, because Andy Reid is the offensive guru.
I mean, they said the same thing about Tyreek Hill. When Tyreek Hill left,
They did say
Mahomes,
that.
and he won twice back to back. So
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people.
Wait, what did they say about Tyreek Hill?
He's not going to win. He needs Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill leaves. He won
Won
back-to-back
two.
Super Bowls.
I don't think people said that.
Yeah,
Everybody
they did.
said
and
that.
and then also though the
They
thing
probably
about
said he wouldn't be. My bad. They probably said he wouldn't be as effective, which he is.
And he won back-to-back.
He had a regular record, and he honestly had a rough start.
but
to
they won the
season.
Super Bowl twice without
No,
him.
that's perfectly fine. What I'm saying is he didn't have the 13, 14, 15 wins or whatever it is that they would typically have. He had the 9-10 wins, and it got him into the playoffs.
What was their record this year?
This year they were like 9-7, weren't
No,
they?
no,
No.
they were
Or
like
9
11-6, I believe, 10-11.
Yeah, see,
But I
it's
said,
like-
I said
Well,
that
here's
'cause-
my
it's
thing.
not a big
My bad.
difference, but he did take a hit, because realistically, what was the major headline for the Chiefs throughout the beginning of the season? He has no receivers that could catch. It was a big deal.
Yeah,
The only
so-
person that was able to catch the ball was Travis.
But here's my thing though. Don't get me wrong. Andy Reid is a great coach, and he definitely has a lot to do with Mahomes' success. But we've seen him in the league for a long time before Mahomes. We've seen him in Philadelphia and in Kansas City without him. He had great quarterbacks in Philadelphia. He had Alex Smith, who's average or good, whatever you think of him. He had him for a while, and none of them sniffed the numbers that Mahomes had, especially 50 touchdowns, 12 interceptions in his first starting year. That's
Well,
crazy, man.
well,
None of those
also-
quarterbacks in any of their years.
Also, this kind of relates to the way the NBA is, for example. If you put it in hindsight, the game is faster now. It's not like before. Defenses were rough before. Defenses would come at you hard. Now, any little touch is a
Penalty.
flag or a penalty or whatever it is. So it's a more offensive friendly game. So it lets you move the ball more. It's not like, which is like the NBA. The NBA is a more 3-point shooting game now, and strictly offense rather than playing defense and playing a little aggressive. So there's going to be a shift in play style. So that's why he hasn't, the quarterbacks haven't sniffed
Yeah.
the type of performance that Patrick Mahomes puts up. But I'm not denying it. Patrick Mahomes is, he as of right now, I think he surpassed Brady just because of the stats in the short time frame, and he's the best
He
quarterback
has
in the
more
league right now.
touchdowns, yards, all of that than Brady
Yeah.
did in his first 6
Yeah,
years.
he surpassed him.
And he's tied him in Super Bowls at this point in his career. Brady, like in his first 6 years, had 3 also. So they're tied in rings, but Mahomes beats him in pretty much every stat.
So that's what I'm trying to say. My point is, I'm not denying that he's the GOAT over Brady. I'm just saying, the question to me now is it
Is it
Patrick
him or Reed?
Mahomes or Andy Reid?
Yeah.
That's it, and we probably will never get that answer.
I think we will eventually, but also, it's not guaranteed that Mahomes will finish with for all we know, for whatever reasons, he could go and just be average for the rest of his career and not touch another Super Bowl. Then in that case, he's not the GOAT over Brady. So this question can't fully be answered yet. But the way it's trending right now, he's definitely looking like it.
I don't want to drag on this topic because I know we have to move forward, but I do want to say something. Do you think he puts up nearly as close to these numbers if he didn't have Travis Kelce?
Yes.
You could say the same about Brady with Gronk, and
well, Brady didn't have Gronk his whole career.
he had him for a long time.
But he had great players throughout his career.
Brady is actually known for having, besides like the ones that stick out like Gronk and
Aaron Hernandez.
and
I won't say Randy Moss because that was like 1 year, 2 years maybe.
still though that 1 or 2 years was insane.
Yeah.
But Brady's actually known for playing with nobodies.
But in those years, he didn't win.
I mean, he.
That's
I remember
true,
the
that's true.
tail end of his
Perform.
Patriots
That's
career,
true.
he wasn't winning. He wasn't winning Super Bowls at least.
No.
No,
Well,
how? Look at the most recent one when he was a Patriot was against the Falcons. He
That
didn't
was
have
20
any-
no, yeah.
15.
Yeah, that's the most
no.
recent
At the
one.
end of the day, at the end of the day,
the most recent, my bad, but the most recent one was the Rams, and he had
Oh, the
Gronk.
Rams.
He had Gronk
Yeah,
and
I
Edelman.
mean,
Gronk has what, like 4 rings? I think like more than half of Brady, or at
No,
least
Gronk
half
does
of them.
not. Gronk, because he won in Tampa.
yeah.
Gronk, I think, has 2.
2? No,
he
no,
doesn't.
no.
No, he has like 3 or 4.
3, my bad, 3. He beat the Seahawks, the Rams,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the
Don't even
Chiefs.
get me started on that Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl.
Since we're talking about Kelsey real quick, what do you guys think about that whole thing with him pushing Andy Reid and all that?
If it was any other player, they would have got fired, or they would have got cut, or they would have been fined, or any of that. But they're
That's
not going
his
to.
coach.
I
bro.
think optics
no
wise,
respect.
it's disrespectful to the coach and it's unacceptable. But I think that between them, like if that had happened on the practice field, I don't think it's a big thing because of how close they seem to be. But even no matter how close you are, you don't do that to your coach. You don't catch him off guard like that.
That's what
There's
I'm
not
saying.
cameras around. It's not. Yeah, it's not.
I still don't know what he said to him. What
He
was it about?
he was basically mad because
What was I looking
he
up?
didn't have him in the game. I think when
At the time?
Yeah, at the time he was like, he just wanted to be in. Wasn't that the reason?
What?
Wasn't that why Travis Kelce basically?
It was
got
after the
open?
fumble. I think Pacheco fumbled, and he was mad because he wasn't in the play. So he was basically
exactly.
the way he explains it on the New Heights podcast that he got with his brother.
Shout out to New Heights.
Yeah, shout out. But what's it called? The way he explained it was like he was just hyped, pumped up, and he was just getting upset because he was standing on the side, just watching the team not do what it's supposed to do. So he was like, "Just put it on me, and I got you guys." And that's basically what
You saw the tweet where people making a meme out of it, and then when he was yelling at
Yeah.
Reed, he was like, one of the tweets like, "My girl here, throw me the ball."
Yeah.
I saw that. Oh yeah. So Gronk has 4 rings. So
4.
and Brady has 7. So more than half of them came with
When did
Gronk.
Gronk win the 4th one? Did you see the years?
2015, 2017, 2019, and 2021.
Oh yeah, Seahawks, Atlanta,
Rams.
Rams,
Bucks.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say about Mahomes versus Brady though, Mahomes' clutch gene is insane. I mean,
yeah.
3 Super Bowls, the 3 Super Bowls that he won, he came back in all of them. He was down 10 against San Fran a couple years ago. He was down 10 at the half against Philly last year, and he was down 10 against San Fran this year. I mean, and he's came back and won all of them.
Some call it a clutch gene, and others call it rigged in favor of that half a Billy boy. So, if you guys want me to talk about how I think the NFL is rigged, let me know. Let me know in the comments,
He's just gonna rant about Taylor Swift, guys. Don't let him know.
bro. Come on, bro. It's all revenue.
She did bring a lot of
truly-
revenue. She
I
She
did.
don't
had
want-
she had crazy numbers too, bro. 12 appearances.
11,
I
11.
don't
Yeah,
want
she,
the
did, she was on the
over
screen.
under. I lost the over under, by the way. I don't want to.
No, I said over under Kyle Shanahan. I'm pretty sure I got it. I think I said over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want the Swifties to come after me, but I truly think it's a ploy. I don't think Travis and Taylor are really together. I think this is a way just to get more viewers watching the NFL games, which brings in more money, and everyone loves more money. That's just me. The
Yeah.
NFL is a big corporate monster, and that's what they want to do. That's just me. Now, remember this video, and remember me saying this. If in a couple of months you see there's a crazy breakup between Travis and Taylor Swift, if they get married,
We
that's a different
know.
story. They might be taking this.
We
They might
know.
be playing the act a little too
Playing
much.
the long game.
Playing the long game, yeah.
Anyway, this show isn't just about football. We also are planning on talking about basketball too. True, you had a basketball question
Oh
for
yeah, I
us.
had a
there.
question. There's a lot of young talent in the league.
Indeed.
And for real. So my question to you guys is, if you were an NBA owner or an NBA GM, and they gave you the keys to the franchise, meaning you build your team, who is one young guy in the league right now that you would start your franchise with?
Luka Doncic.
And you can't say the same answer. So Luka.
Luka.
And we'll get to explaining.
Circle back to me. This question takes some thought.
Yeah.
I already got my guy, but
Who's your guy?
I know his guy.
who's my guy?
Ja.
Nah.
Nah.
That's a great answer, but nah.
I was gonna say Ja.
Ja.
You
So I'm
take
gonna go
Ja?
Ja, yeah.
Okay.
My guy is the first pick in the draft this past season, Victor Wembanyama.
Ooh, Wemby.
Yo,
okay.
he had like what 12, 15 blocks that last few games ago.
I believe so, yeah.
What?
Yeah, this guy's insane.
Yeah, he shouldn't be able to move like that.
Crazy numbers.
So are you just talking about young players or just a player in
Like
general?
Young.
under 25?
Yeah.
Under 25. You want me to list some under 25?
Damn, bro. Luca is like top tier to me.
Yeah.
Luka's
That's
under
why I said it
25
so
years
quick.
old.
Filthy.
How old
Hey,
is-
you want me to list some under 25?
How old is
Give me some
Luka?
ages because I don't want to name a player. I'm not too familiar with the
I
ages.
think Luca's 24.
So
Damn.
you got Luka, Ja, Anthony Edwards.
Oh, that's no question. I don't even need to hear the rest.
Anthony
There you go.
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, too,
Yeah,
I was gonna-
I was thinking about him.
Bro,
he's a dog.
filthy.
Me too,
He's,
I was-
he's
filthy.
nasty, man.
He's
He's a
I
better
want
Zion,
to
bro.
say he's a shiftier, more elusive Luca. Like he could control the whole team and carry them on his back, and he's just a lot more elusive. Luca, I feel like he's. Even though I love watching Luca, but bro, you can't tell me he doesn't look like he's stiff when he's playing ball.
Yeah, but so did Dirk.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's fine. I'm not.
That's just being white, bro.
There's nothing against that.
Yo, Jalen Brunson. What do you guys think
Jalen
about
Brunson
him?
is
Fire.
filthy.
But I think
nasty.
he's a little bit
nasty.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Brunson,
older.
Brunson is nasty, man.
But
Fire.
He is.
But the
He's
reason
been
why I
doing
said
good.
the reason why I said Victor is because, bro, he's 7'4", so he's already a great defender from there, and he could shoot the ball he's the
could dribble
closest
too.
he's the closest we've seen to Kevin Durant, a Kevin Durant type of guy. He can handle the ball, he can shoot over anybody, and he can go inside. But the one thing that strikes me, and I'll probably say Anthony Edwards is the second thing close to this in terms of this aspect, like. He don't care who he's guarding. Meaning he'll go out and guard Steph. He'll run around with Steph. He'll run around with Kyrie. Like he's not scared to guard guards at his size. And
Yeah,
he's
but
a
bro-
dog. Bro, there's
The
times
product-
where I see him score.
Sorry, go on.
There's times where I see him score and he's like he goes up to the guy he scored on and he's in their face with it.
yeah,
And Anthony Edwards the same thing. But I was mentioning Zion. I would say Zion because he's a beast, bro. But he's just
He's not
healthy.
committed enough.
yeah.
But let me say one
can't
thing
stay
about
healthy.
Wemby, and I know he's a rookie and all. I get that, but it can't be ignored that they're 11-44, bro.
Not even only that. Before we even get into the whole team thing, you know what the problem with having a 7'4" player is?
Injuries.
Injuries. Bro.
He stayed healthy he's never missed a game.
Injuries. I mean,
This year.
Now.
Yeah, I'm talking about in the long span of his career. He's one injury away from That's
Mhm.
it. Just
Bro,
being
Yao,
being an
Yao
average
Ming,
guy.
Yao Ming was 7'5" and he couldn't stay healthy.
But I
with-
think
couldn't stay
he-
healthy.
the difference between Yao Ming, and that's true, but the difference
Yao
between
Ming was heavier.
yeah, he
Yao Ming
was
was
heavier
heavier.
for sure.
He
It's
was
because
heavier,
skinny.
yeah, but no, that's actually
But
worse.
yeah,
When you're
because
skinny,
Kevin Durant is bro.
No
how many
support.
times he's had
bro,
injury?
you have your old bones.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
He
you know,
needs
you
he
have-
needs he needs to do honestly. He needs the transformation that Giannis had
Yeah, you have no meat on
to
you.
be the
Bales.
player that people think he will be. Honestly, he needs that transformation that Giannis had.
Yeah, 100%.
And I seen you said the Spurs are what?
11-44.
Oh, I think they're like the youngest team in the league. Bunch of rookies, bunch of young guys.
Yeah, but you talking
learning a
about
new
starting a franchise? I'm not picking Wemby over Luca, man.
But Luka's just
Not right now.
But
Not
what
at
the-
this
He
stage.
said if I got the keys to the franchise now,
Well,
He's a rare talent. That I'm not saying
let me
there's
ask you
nobody
a
like.
question. If he didn't take Luca, would you have took Luca?
No,
really?
no. I think
Damn, the
with
comments about to come for your head again.
I like Luka, and I think he's obviously very good. But I'd go Anthony Edwards over Luka. I'd go Zion if he was healthy, and I'd probably go Ja.
Okay.
But
Don't forget SGA.
you
SGA.
you would do Zion over Luca?
yes,
What?
100%.
That's wild. That's wild.
Zion is
That's wild.
Bro.
What you think about that?
Zion, bro. Honestly, after like year 2 or 3 for Zion, wallah, I'd like he was just a fluke to me.
He's cooked.
Like what was his name? He was like another Kwame Brown.
No,
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Nah, not that far.
Zion,
you know.
Zion is talented, but
Nah, he was great at
Zion,
the
yeah,
beginning.
Kwame Brown, freaking.
He needs to put the
Sucks.
work in though. That's just what I'd be hearing.
But I mean,
But like
And
I
he
said,
and his name is Muffle. His name is always in some weird controversy.
yeah, bro, it's some weird stuff.
Yeah.
Weird stuff. Like
Yeah, you
guys
gotta
seen
stay away from
you guys
that.
seen the
man.
video? He's like on FaceTime with a girl. He's like, "Why are you so beautiful?"
yeah, it's cringe, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Cringe.
He's like superstardom, bro. It turns you weird, bro.
Cornball.
But my option number 2, this is what I was kind of thinking of between Anthony Edwards. I was thinking Anthony Edwards. I just didn't know about the age. That's why I was waiting for you to look it up. But also SGA, bro. He's filthy.
He's
Yeah.
I see. He's really good, but
Oh, I don't know his age, but he's under 25. He was on this list.
bro, he's great, and I love watching him. But man, this guy just hunts for fouls. Most of his damage is at the free throw line, and I hate
Wait, who? My bad.
SGA. Like
Oh.
he looks for fouls.
Yeah,
He gets them. I don't know. Like he has this crazy treatment from
Smart
refs.
plays.
yeah, he's
Not
nice,
smart,
but I
smart
wouldn't.
play.
I would take a few people over him though.
Like I think Anthony Edwards. Speaking of, I think they were playing the other day or the other week.
Now, don't get me wrong. This is just one position that you said to build a franchise around. This is just one position.
No, yeah, SGA is good.
I'll load him up with big boys around him just to make sure he's Gucci. Like you already know, my second pick, LeBron. The GOAT.
But with Victor, the reason why I said Victor because Ron was talking about it. I think with Victor, the big man is already there, so all you need is a point guard, and you can fill that out.
I
But
already got
as
my
long as I
big
get the big,
man.
huh?
I already got my big man.
Who?
It would be SGA, LeBron, KD.
yeah,
There's only one ball, man. There's only one ball.
Got Giannis down. You got Giannis down in the paint, and I'm gonna throw it back. Put Shaq in there.
he got
too.
Ron must have Saudi money.
Let's go in deeper.
This guy's trying to
didn't-
assemble the Avengers.
Yeah, bro. Okay, let's go in deeper. I wasn't even planning to do this. Let's go in deeper. So, starting 5 with the player you pick for your leading franchise. Who are you picking right now? Current players.
No,
I
I'll
go?
give you a more realistic starting 5. Money is no issue though, right?
No. Money's no issue.
Starting 5 with the players that we already picked.
Yeah. So who'd you pick?
Luka,
Luka. Who'd you pick? Us.
Ja.
You picked
Anthony
Anthony.
Edwards.
Luka small forward,
Luka's point guard, bro.
point guard. Well, he plays point guard, but like, what's he listed at?
Point
Actually, he's actually listed at point guard.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I thought he just was like LeBron, where he just like really.
Oh no, they list him as point guard.
Oh shit,
Who, Luka?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I go with my starting 5 real quick. Just route it off. I go Trey Young. I'll go Devin Booker. Gotta put Braun in there, of course. I'll go Victor. And for my center, or for my other big men,
There's only one right answer, 2 right answers, 2
For what?
center.
but
If
I ain't
you're
trying to
building
go.
your dream team, current
I
dream
got a
team.
team for you.
I really don't want to. I'll go Jokic.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go there because he's still hot
I-
commodity. But
No,
I would
man, you
say,
have to go there.
and remember, well, I know we said money is an issue, but I would still also want to keep it realistic, but still not like impossible. I would say Anthony Edwards, Kyrie. I'll throw in Jalen Brown just because I don't need that much star power with those two.
He sucks.
Obviously Braun. And for center, I would have went Jokic, but I'll take a more realistic approach and I'll pick Bam.
I like Bam.
I'm gonna be unrealistic
Go
because
ahead.
that's funner.
I mean, that's easy because you could throw in Steph in there, KD.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
Dame,
nah.
Giannis.
Bill
Like,
Russell.
No. I'll do. Give me. I was gonna take Jokic, but since you took him, I'll take Giannis. That was my second right answer I was talking about. I'll take Giannis. I wanted Kyrie too, but should I avoid picking players you guys picked?
no, you could do that.
All right, I like Kyrie. So basically, it's the Mavs with Giannis so far, Dame, and then I need someone a little bit.
There's only one
Bigger.
right answer for this.
Mm.
Bah.
Who's that?
Go. I was trying not to, but go. LeBron.
Brown. I was,
Alright,
Even though he disappointed me, we'll get into that another day maybe.
I'm going my boy Ja,
This is all you gotta know right here.
KD, Giannis. I just had him.
Stupid said I picked the Avengers.
Braun.
3 out of 5 in. 4 out of 5
Braun.
in. Avengers.
okay.
Braun, and I'm gonna throw it back, right?
Yeah. Current
Huh?
players right now.
Oh.
Yeah, not old players.
Might as well say Iron Man.
He about to go Wilt Chamberlain.
Who never had.
Jason
wait.
Tatum.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I like that. I like Tatum, even though he's a Celtics guy. But
Yeah. All right. I'm excited for your true false, bro. Can we get into that?
Yeah. Let's get into it.
Scary.
let's get
Scary hours.
Scary hours.
What is that?
Spooky. All right. My first one, this is just something that I've been thinking about.
Okay.
I want your honest opinions. It doesn't have to be lengthy. Let's just keep it nice and simple.
True and false.
Realistically, do you think it's true that Taylor Swift had something to do with the Super Bowl?
False.
Outcome?
Revenue-wise.
Revenue.
Revenue-wise.
Absolutely
and outcome,
revenue,
and
yeah.
outcome. Like, this is why the Chiefs were favored calls-wise with the refs and whatever.
Listen, I'm not about to. Because I don't know,
because
I'm
of
not
Taylor
about to
Swift?
come here and say I think that the Chiefs won because of Taylor Swift.
No question.
I think that it helped the
It all-
revenue.
it all-
I think it
all
helped the
times-
viewership
it-
for
can I-
sure.
It all ties
Can I-
in with each other. Go ahead, answer before I explain.
My fault. I think there's somewhat truth to it. Like, I actually believe it because, right, one, they're trying to push the agenda of devils, right? Taylor's the devil. So, all the people she was around, you know what I mean? I think it had kind of something to do with it.
Yeah.
Even though the game was good, like, they kept it close. It was, you know, Taylor.
Well, I'm telling you, it's like one thing ties with another. Taylor Swift is bringing viewers in, which is bringing money. What do you think is going to bring more
And-
money?
All right, then I got a
bring
question
more
for you.
Hold on, and bring in more attention. What do you think is going to bring
And
more
adding
attention?
a
The Chiefs
distraction.
losing or the Chiefs winning?
I got it. Well, the whole thing's a distraction if we want to get into the Super Bowl itself. Even.
Exactly.
But, Ron, my question to you is if you truly believe that, why do you bother to watch?
Because it's football. It's the last game of the season. I'm not trying to go another 7-8 months without watching a football game,
Yeah.
unless you want to watch The Rock and his XFL or whatever. I'm not trying to watch that. All right,
Yeah.
so whatever. I guess it's just my own conspiracy theories in my head, but just circle back in 6 months. Let's see if they're still together. All right, second question.
Hmm?
You might not like this, Drew. Do you guys think X player had a fluke season, and that X player is CJ Stroud?
Oh, come on, bro. There's nothing fluky about his season.
There's a lot of people that had great seasons, rookie season, then dealt with the sophomore slump. He set the bar so high that you can't. I honestly think a player that was going to have a sophomore slump was going to be Sauce Gardner. He did so well in his first year.
Mm-hmm.
He did
Yeah.
so well in his first year. I thought, and I used to tell you guys this, I don't think he could capitalize at such a young age with this publicity around him and everything
2
around
years
him.
in a row.
I don't think he could reach that bar that he set so high in the first year.
I
And he
thought
went ahead
that
and
too.
did it. But it's easy to do that because all you have to do is lock up one person. You're talking about C.J. Stroud carried the not so favorite Texans to the playoffs when they weren't even expected to win that many games because that franchise has been downhill for some time now.
I mean, they play in a very weak division, so I don't like they're not dealing with any big dogs, and they have a very. But the thing
But
about
they're also
them,
dealing with the AFC.
but they have a very. But I mean, I think the Texans are going to run the division for the next couple of years, so I think they're going to be in the playoff. They're going to be a problem no matter what. But I also think, well, they are. They're a very young
you don't
team.
think Trevor Lawrence will give C.J. Stroud a run for his money?
No, no. C.J. Stroud outperformed him twice in the both games they played him. Trevor Lawrence was disappointing this season.
How many games did he have going back to back to back with 300 plus yards?
Who?
C.J. Stroud.
I mean,
He had multiple games this season, right? Maybe not back to back.
there was
but he
a
had
stretch where he was an MVP candidate. It was a stretch, not the
Yeah.
whole year, but
That's what I'm saying. He set the bar so high. I'm not saying he's going to be a bust. I'm just saying maybe he's going to
So-
gravitate back to reality.
so
now.
next year, what qualifies as him not?
Well, he could only get better from this year. And how many yards did he have this year? Yo, can you search it up? How many yards did he have this year? I think he cracked 3K, right?
CJ?
3,500?
But next year, what would you qualify for him as a sophomore slump? Like not playoffs?
Anything, not playoffs and significantly lower.
Regular season.
Regular
wow.
season.
Or, I mean, like 5,000, right?
No, not 5,000.
No, not 5,000.
Like 3,800?
4,100.
God
Come on,
damn.
that's
23
Yeah.
touchdowns and 5 picks is
Yeah.
impressive, bro.
So 4,100, 20, how many?
23 and
23 and
5.
5. So he had 4,100 yards, 23 touchdowns, 5 picks, and he had a playoff appearance. A sophomore slump would be no playoffs, significantly less than 4,100 yards,
And more picks.
less touchdowns, more picks. You don't think that's?
I don't think he
realistic
throws
thing
less
to-
touchdowns because 23 is not crazy. I think he'll
No,
be.
you'll be
I
surprised,
think he'll
bro.
be around 20 to anywhere
20
from
to
20 to
30.
30. Anywhere
You'll
from
be,
20.
you'll be surprised. A lot of statistically
But-
speaking, there's at least a 5 to 7, and I searched it
I'll
up,
say
a
this.
5 to 7 touchdown drop for any quarterback that went from their rookie to sophomore year. So 23, you're talking about, if it's 5 to 7, you're talking about 18 to 16 touchdowns for the season.
I think
You
he
never know.
throws around 20 touchdowns, maybe even 25. I do think he throws at least 10 picks though. I think he's
And
going
I
to get a
don't
lot
think he
more
touches
comfortable, take
4,100
more
yards
risks.
again,
Do
honestly.
you guys know the receivers he had? They're not
Nico
there.
Collins.
Exactly.
They're not there.
They're not there. That's what I'm saying. I don't want
Okay,
to say it's
but he did it. He had this type of season with very, very, very young receivers. I think Houston, hoping.
No, I agree.
I think Houston. I hope Houston gets him Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans, one of these top receivers, and that number's going to skyrocket. And one player I do compare him to, not play wise or build wise, but kind of stat wise, is I think he'll be a more safer Josh Allen. He's a big time thrower who doesn't turn the ball over, who loves to throw the ball. He loves to run the ball himself. But Josh Allen's stats improved from year after year after year after year. I think
Yeah,
he'll
but
be on that
bro,
same trajectory.
This touchdown to pick ratio, it's not much to improve on. So that's what Ron's saying. He set the bar very
He
high.
set the bar very
where
high.
It's gonna
But he-
be.
he-
It's
he
gonna
was
be
The
the
only
same-
way he could improve is he could have around the same touchdowns, if not slightly more, and he equals the same amount of picks or less.
or he throws more touchdowns. Like there's always a possibility they get him a big time weapon and he goes for
Yeah,
30
that's
touchdowns.
true,
You know. Yeah. You got another one?
Yeah, my last one, and this is something that I thought of and that I dislike: the overtime rule change.
Why?
I think the overtime. Well, let me get your opinion. Do you guys think the overtime? Is it true that the overtime rules now are more fair than the previous
Yes,
rule?
The
I would
rules,
say so.
the rules are weird to me still, to be honest. But
it's new for sure, but it had to happen. Like,
Why?
do you know why it started? It started after
Because of the Chiefs game. Because of the Chiefs and Bills.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Josh Allen. It was a crime. We hate the Bills, but it's a crime that Josh Allen didn't get a chance to touch the ball at overtime after the game he
I
just had.
appreciate
that's-
that little caveat.
But that's
Oh, you hate the Bills? Hell yeah.
But no, but that's the point that I'm trying to make. Wait, hold on. So do you think it's fair?
Yes.
Do you think it's fair?
Yeah.
Do you think it's fair?
Mind you, this is only for the playoffs.
I don't
though.
think it's. I don't think it's fair.
Why not?
Wait, that's
It's
only
sudden-
playoffs?
That's only playoffs.
It's sudden death.
wait,
So
No.
you have to.
No, this
even-
isn't sudden
Oh.
death.
Before you
No. I'm saying the old one was sudden
Oh.
death.
Yeah. No,
So-
I didn't like that.
You didn't like that?
I want both
I-
offenses to
before-
get a chance on the field.
So basically, before if the team that has the ball first gets the ball and they score a touchdown,
Boom, they win.
they win. The other team doesn't even touch the ball.
If they
But
score a
if they
field goal,
or don't score at all, the other team has a chance to score, and if they score a field goal or a touchdown, they win.
Okay.
But
You know
now,
what I mean?
if
But
you
if they
score a
score-
touchdown, then
The other
even
team has a chance to score. a
yeah, they
touchdown.
still get a chance to
What
come
if
back.
they scored a field goal and the other team scored
Came,
a touchdown?
came back, they won.
The-
Well, the
so
other team would
It
win.
has to be a touchdown to
It
win.
has to be a
Alright,
touchdown.
alright.
Yeah.
so how's that not? How's that? Do you
That's
think
not
it's fair?
fair.
And it's the same thing
Yeah,
now?
he said.
Oh,
No,
you
no,
said
no.
yeah. Okay.
Well,
Right.
we just explained it though again. Do you think that's fair?
I'm saying that was the old rules.
No, the old rules
Old
was
rules
was-
if you win the coin toss and you get the ball
Mm.
and you score a touchdown, you win automatically. Now, if you score a touchdown, the other team gets the ball anyway.
Yeah, to
To
try
get
to
a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it takes out the sudden death in it, and I like the sudden death. The reason why I like the sudden death is because it gives your defense to show up instead of just getting beaten across.
Yeah,
you
but
know what I
okay.
mean?
Imagine like you're someone
Like, it
like
makes it more
Patrick
challenging.
Mahomes,
It
who
makes it more
you brought
challenging.
your team here, you carried them, whatever. Now your whole season and your ring
Relies on the defense.
relies on one side of the ball instead of testing both sides.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
think
you
it's
want to
fair.
test both sides in the championship
I
situation?
don't know. I like me personally. I like the whole idea of the sudden death because it just makes it that much more. It makes the victory that much more.
I think sudden death is cool in like a soccer setting.
Nah.
It's
Yeah.
like golden goal.
In FIFA, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
basically.
Yeah, and
I mean, yeah, that's my.
Oh, yeah, but
you know,
I don't understand how both teams get to touch the ball. How's that not fair? For
he's
both
just saying
teams?
it's less
I-
exciting because
I
he liked the sudden death.
factor. I like the defense showing up and getting a stop. But then again, I guess that doesn't apply to today's NFL, like I said, because back then you were able to
You were a lot more
play
physical.
aggressive and be a lot more physical, so you were able to maybe, I don't want to say put a bounty on a dude's head, but you could sit there and try to take someone out of the game. You know what I mean? By giving him a little extra taste, in his mouth. But pause. But now it's like with these penalties, it's like it's so easy to march up the field. So I guess there's a reason why this works out now.
One rule I hate, since we're on rule changes, I hate that they moved the kick return, like if it's a touchback or whatever, that it's now on the 25-yard line instead of the 20. I hate that because now it's like, I
There's
get
no
it, the
kick
safety
returns.
reasons or whatever, but it almost eliminated kick returns.
Yeah.
One rule.
Yeah,
that-
because it's 9 times out of 10, teams are just going to take the touchback.
yeah, one rule since
It
we're
takes
on
away
it.
kick return touchdowns possibility.
That and takes away somebody getting cracked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let them get
Bro,
cracked.
that's the point.
That's what they
That's
signed
what-
up
that's
That's
for.
the
what-
thing. That's the point of football, man. To get
Yeah,
cracked in
they
the
took
jaw.
it away.
One
They
rule
got
that-
cracked Ron back in the days.
One rule that I hate is how you can fumble like if somebody fumbles the ball. We've seen this happen in the playoffs a couple of times. Somebody
Oh.
fumbles the ball in the touchdown.
Yeah.
And now it's a touchback, and the other team gets it.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, why don't I get it? But when somebody, if you're in the field like in the 50-yard line or whatever, and you fumble the ball but it goes out of bounds,
Mm-hmm.
the other team trying to get it but it bounces out of bounds. Why not have that for the other team then? Because they forced the fumble, but it just went out of bounds. But for the touchdown, it's a touchback and goes to the other team. You get what I'm trying to say? So like if the Chiefs and Jets are playing and
Mm-hmm.
Kelsey fumbles at the 50-yard line, and Quincy Williams is trying to get the ball,
And it
but it
goes
just
out of
bounces
bounds,
out of
it's
bounds.
still a Chiefs ball.
Still the Chiefs ball.
Yeah.
But if
So you're
it's
saying why in the touchdown?
right in the touchdown, the other team gets the ball.
Yeah,
as a
it's a
touchback.
safety. So it's a turnover, but it's not a turnover when it goes out of bounds in
Yeah.
regular play.
I don't hate that rule,
It's
man.
because when it goes out of bounds on regular,
dead ball.
it's like
It's upping the stakes,
it's
really.
it's like an incomplete pass, basically. It's just going to be out of bounds, move on to the
And then
move on to the
also,
next
actually,
down.
let me tell you why. So let's say I'm the quarterback. We're pushed back at like my own 1-yard line. I hike the ball, and now you got the defender coming, and he's about to sack me. What I can then do is quote unquote fumble the ball out of bounds, and then boom, it's the next play, lost it down,
Yeah.
as opposed to a safety. So that's probably why they did it.
I don't know. It's just
That's actually definitely why they did it. Though.
there's a few rules
That would've been a loophole.
that just are kind of took away some of the flavor of football, but I'm still watch though.
Of course, man.
Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for this episode.
Yeah. Any last words for you guys before I close out?
Nah, just keep tuning in. We're going to keep coming back with more topics. Even though NFL season is over, we'll bring back timeless and classic debates.
Definitely.
Heated, might get heated sometimes. but it'll
Yo,
be fun.
and chill out with the comments, bro. We just chilling over here.
Yeah, and we're not
That's
just trying to.
aggressive.
Hey, everybody was
Agreed.
coming. Everybody was coming for my guys. I know their take was horrible on Lamar Jackson, but we're not just trying to give
But
views. That's really how they
he's a
think.
two-time
So now you
MVP,
guys
I
see
get
what I'm
it,
dealing
but he's
with.
not. It's my opinion. I don't think
Yeah.
he's top 5. It is what it is.
But and I ain't
Guy
mad. I ain't
choked.
mad at it.
Yeah.
I ain't mad. But yeah. With that being said, that's gonna close out this episode. Make sure you check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
everything.
Like, share,
the whole
subscribe.
shebang.
It's gonna be on the screen. Our links, our social media pages, and by the way, True Territory Pod. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. But we also want to engage with you guys. So if you hate my Lamar Jackson take or hate any of our takes or even want to talk about disagree, talk to us. We want to talk to you guys. We want to engage with you guys.
And if there's anything you want us to cover or anything you guys want to see what our opinion is on, let
Discussion,
us know.
requests,
Definitely.
whatever. Let us know in the comments.
I have a saying.
Please.
I have a saying to close out our episodes.
That's it.
You ready to hear it?
Let me get it.
All right. You can't spell truth without putting that true in it, baby.
Agreed.
Yo, I'll catch you guys next week. Come vibe with the squad.
Appreciate
All right,
you guys.
baby.